Now in this video we will see how to use navigation drawer, app bar and tab bar in Flutter desktop application. So let's get started. First I have created a new class named homepage, okay, which is a stateless widget. Okay, so that's why I have called this my homepage class as the home attribute in our main.dart file, okay, inside our myapp class. So inside this homepage, let me first show you how our application will look like. So here as you can see that I am having an application, that I am having an app bar with a bottom tab bar. Okay, I am having two tabs, each having their own content. Here I am having some actions, okay, at the trailing side of our app bar, and here I am having a navigation drawer. So until the image is loaded, you can see a green color decoration on the drawer header, okay, otherwise it will load the image from the network. Okay, so the image link I have passed as URL, and inside this drawer I am having some drawer items. Okay, so when you will click on any item from this drawer list, it will close our navigation drawer. Okay, as simple as that. So let's get started. Now before I forget, I like to tell you that I have changed the theme for our application, which is theme mode. I have set it to dark, and I have also set the dark theme attribute to theme data.dark method. Okay, if you don't like the dark theme, then you can simply remove this two lines from your code. Now we'll get back to our home page. So first we will start with the tab bar. Okay, so here we are returning a default tab controller. Okay, in its length property we have passed 2 because we are going to have 2 screens and 2 tabs, which means we are going to have 2 tabs. Now we are going to have 2 tabs. This means we are going to have 2 screens. So that's why I have created a screen folder inside our lib folder, and here I have created 2 screens named first screen and second screen. Okay, both are stateless widget and both are retaining a text as their center inside a container. Okay, as you can see over here. So you can just copy paste this code and you can create a new screen named second screen. Okay, and here you can again just paste it. Okay, so here we have created 2 screens. Okay, for our 2 tabs. Okay, now inside this default tab controller we are passing a scaffold as its child, and this scaffold will be having a drawer, which you can see over here. Okay, if you create a drawer widget, then automatically your app bar will be having this icon on its app bar, on the app bar. Okay, now inside this drawer, so I am having a list view as a child. In this list view I have created 2 partitions. Okay, so let me show you that in this list view, this image part is our drawer header, which will be the first child of our list view. Okay, and this rest items are our list tiles. Okay, so these are the other children of our list view. I hope you are getting my point. Okay, so first we are going to create a drawer header with a text side menu, and inside its decoration I have given a decoration image. Okay, here I have passed network image because because the image that I am showing on our drawer, it is an online image URL. Okay, and until the image is not getting loaded, I have also passed a color, okay, which I have given green. Now here as you can see that I have given the rest of the children as list tile. Each one is having a different icon and some different text. Okay, all the list tile here are having an ontap method. So except the first list tile, I have given the navigator.offcontext.pop, okay, which will close your drawer to each and every list tile except the first one, just to show you the difference. Okay, so this line will automatically close your drawer. Okay, it will check whether it is opened or closed. So now one more thing, that here we have passed drawer, that here we have used the drawer widget, okay, to showcase our drawer of our application. But if we change it to end drawer, okay, and now if you reload it, so this icon will get shifted over here. but it is not visible right now because my app bar is already having some trailing icons as well. Okay. So now after this drawer, we are having our app bar. Okay. So now if I just omit this actions line, which is having my trailing icons. Okay. So again, if I reload it. So this time you can see our drawer has been shifted from the left to the right hand side. Okay. To the trailing part of your app bar. So now here we are having our drawer. See how smoothly it works. Now the same thing, like here app bar is having a leading property, okay, which showcases the leading icon of your app bar. Okay, so if we have passed drawer instead of end drawer over here, and at the same time we have used this leading attribute, then the same situation will have occurred just like the previous one. Okay. So one thing you have to note that you can't use the end drawer and the actions property at the same time, or you can't use leading property or app bar of app bar and the drawer property of the app bar at the same time, because they will override each other. Okay, so only at a time only one thing will be visible. So here we have seen how to make use of drawer and app bar in your desktop applications. Now we'll get to our tab bar. So as you can remember that earlier we have written default tab controller, okay, which are having 2 tabs. So that's why we have passed this length at 2. Always remember you can have maximum 5 tabs for your screen. You can't exceed more than it. Now we will use the bottom property of app bar. In this property, we will be returning our tab bar widget, which is having a list of tabs. And here we are returning the tab widget, which will be containing some icons. Okay. Each tab is having its own icon, which we have written. Okay. And the content of each tab is inside the tab bar view widget, which have been written inside the body attribute of our scaffold. Okay. So tab bar view will be having the children property, where you will be passing the screens, okay, that you require. Okay. So for our 2 tabs, we have created 2 screens, first screen and second screen. So that's why here is our code. So that's how our screen will look like. Okay. Again, if I am trying to stretch it down or stretch up, so our screen is resizing according to our actions. So I hope that you have learned something new in this video about the navigation drawers, app bar, and how to create a default tab bar for your desktop applications. Now in our next video, we will learn about the 2 widgets which are most useful for becoming a good and a very much professional Flutter developer. Okay. So see you in the next video.